Foreign workers make for a critical part of the US labor market, particularly in the field of science, technology, and engineering. US companies that seek to hire skilled foreign professionals compete for the pool of H-1B visa allocated by the US Citizenship and Immigration Services. However, because of the low statutory limit of available visas, its demand has outstripped the supply in recent years. The current annual cap for H-1B visas is 65,000. 20,000 additional visas are offered for foreign professionals who graduate with a master's degree or doctorate from US universities. For fiscal year 2023, the H-1B cap was reached on August 23, 2022. Indians continue to get the largest number of H-1B visas, but the huge processing backlogs are hitting them hard. Before 2020, employers were required to submit the complete H-1B application for the selection process. In order to ease the application process, the US shifted to a lottery system from 2020. Now, the US employer must pay a $10 fee for each registration submitted. After the lottery, the selected applicants are informed to submit the full H-1B visa application with a payment of $460. Meanwhile, the employee needs to register himself in the US Immigration Service portal. But the process has been struggling on multiple fronts. The number of registrations submitted for the lottery has increased many-fold in the past few years, a sharp 60% in 2024 itself. To increase the chances of selection, some outsourcing companies allegedly flood the system with applications. The US Immigration Service website itself mentions that a large number of applicants may have been submitting multiple applications to increase their chances. According to the website, more than 4 lakh of the total 7.8 lakh applications for 2024 have had multiple eligible registrations. So, is the H-1B visa system broken?
In the last 2 to 3 years, it's been more apparent, it's more evident, and there are increasingly attempts to start salvaging it, to kind of start rebuilding it in some sense. Coming down to specifically your question, I think the larger problems have always been around the fact that it's lottery based. It's not really meritocratic as it should be. Traditionally, it's been used by employers in the US to hire low-cost workers. I think no country would like that. And when there's a very clear demarcation around a higher wage allotted to a US citizen for the same job, and you bring in somebody and a lot of lower wage to them, I think that is never cool. Any country would kind of not be okay with that. So that's been a big problem. And also, I think a lot of IT firms, a lot of those IT firms with outsourcing driven models have not used it the right way. And I think that has led to a lot of heartburn.
Also, for existing H-1B visa holders, obtaining a green card remains a long-drawn process with delays and numerous complications. Families accompanying H-1B visa holders have also been facing difficulties recently. On the brighter side, the denial of a new H-1B visa for initial employment is coming down. From as high as 24% in FY 2018, it has decreased to 4% in FY 2021 and only 2% in FY 2022.
The other challenge is with this second leg of the H-1B visa, which when it becomes an issue with respect to immigration or citizenship, there is no clarity on when anyone would get this green card once they make the application for the green card also. The data from the USCIS is limited. They will only tell you that your application is under consideration and how much the backlog is. So typically the waiting period is about 10 to 15 years. This is also anecdotal, so it is not something which is out in the public domain. And 10-15 years is a very long time. So because of the cap, the lottery system, even people who go there are on the H-1B visa, their future in the US is uncertain. A lot of other challenges dealing with that, because the children may grow up, they may not be able to convert into citizenship, so they may have to come back to India. So all of this is some of the challenges in the system, and the lack of information from the USCIS sometimes.
While there have been protests in the past that H-1B visas are robbing jobs from Americans and lowering their wages, experts point at the lottery mechanism as the biggest problem in the system.
Some other countries like the UK has a points-based system, and even Canada. So depending on where you fall within the point scale, you will know at least whether your visa will be approved or not. right? So if you are for example, if you are a master's graduate, or if you're in a certain industry, you're in an industry which needs, which they are promoting. So all of that gives you a set number of points on the scale if you're under a certain age. So depending on this, at least you'll have greater clarity on where you will stand vis-a-vis your visa, whether you'll even get it or not, rather than subjecting everything to a lottery stage, which is completely dependent on external factors.
Recent reports indicate that the US Citizenship and Immigration Services have proposed modifications in the H-1B visa program to modernize it. The changes include aspects of employer-employee relationship, guidelines for officials, and anti-fraud safeguards in the e-registration system. While high-skilled immigrants continue to be integral to the US's economic growth, the changes are also eagerly anticipated by Indians aspiring to achieve their American dreams.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
She's working her way to the corner office. Business Standard.